CCR Racing, where we are really working to answer the question this week of whether or not Gran Turismo 7 Sport Mode is broken. And whether it's broken or not, we want to learn and grow, we want to get faster, and we want to help you get faster, help you to find ways to dominate these online races, or if you get a little burnt out from playing and frustrated from playing the online races, heading over and making some money with those endurance races, those GR3 races against the AI or AI Sophie. So here we are. One definite way is check out the meta cars. They'll always give you a little bit of an advantage, and when we're on a week where the online races are broken, they'll give you a major advantage. So the cars this week: BRZ, Toyota Supra, and the Skyline and BMW. So already feeling less broken than most weeks, because most weeks it's just the same car all throughout, and there is a little too much of an advantage with that car. So let's load a Ghost right up. We're going to be trying out the 458 Italia, because part of dominating online is also about finding the best car, and of course that comes down to drive style. Drive style is so important. Finding a car that, works for you. So we've been running the Porsche 911, and we've been able to pull off a 2 minute here, and we really got to improve that time, obviously, because 2 minutes isn't horribly slow, but it's definitely not in the realm of fast. So we got to drop 2. If we can drop 3 seconds off that time, then it'll be very fast. Let's just check out how the Ferrari behaves here. Always a great car for turn-in, and great car for acceleration in the low to mid-range. So let's see, we'll put it down. Now brake balance, when I find with a lot of the mid-engine cars, you can go up to -1, -2, and still be able to turn in and brake simultaneously. Now the front engines, which seem to be dominating this track this week, the front engines, I'd probably be running a brake balance of -3, +3, +4, maybe even +5, depending on the car. But the Ferrari, must say, handles these curbs with ease. I think we'll be getting a 2 minute flat or just under, within a lap or two. See if this is the car that we do the race in or not. Really handles well, because the 911 slides a little more through that corner. Great traction, really sticking the course with the Ferrari. And let's see what time oh my goodness, slower. It feels faster than the Porsche 911, but it's actually slower. Well, now let's say we'll call this our hot lap. BMW actually, with the same amount of throttle down, we had a little bit more shake, a little more slide out of the nose. And let us know, please drop a comment, what car are you using this week if you're racing Maguire. If you're not racing Maguire, maybe mention why you're racing over in the GR4, what you like about the GR4 race this week's GR4 racetrack. And what car are you using, and are you playing around with the brake balance? Are you leaving it at 0 or not? Really trying to finesse the throttle and the brake pedal a little more. Drive more smoothly. As Ronan had mentioned, we can gain time doing so. Alright, best time still in the 911. So let's get in a few practice laps before the race start. Because, well, the 911 does drive differently than the Ferrari. Always good to do at least a couple of laps with the car you're going to be racing with. If you're worried about, if you're trying to hold on to your driver rating. Aussie Pug GT7 saying, good day, mate. Mustang is ready. I did it on my wife's account again. Oh, fantastic. Let's go see that Mustang. We've got 3 minutes. 3 minutes. We'll at least get it downloaded before the race. I don't know if we'll have time to throw it on. Start the timer. Have to go to the garage here. Find that Mustang. It's going to be tight. Oh, that Mustang with the Coyote 5-liter engine sounds incredible. Must be down about a minute and a half used, so we've got about a minute and a half left. Oh, wow. That is absolutely gorgeous. Aussie Pug, thank you so much. I want to look at it more after, because we're going to go jump into the race, not miss the race and have to race again in an hour. Apply style. Ooh, boss on the back. Very nice. GT3. Comical air for the wife's Christmas present. One of her Christmas presents a few years back went to buy her a Bose sound system. I'm like, hey, this is on sale, but it's at Canadian Tire. I should have known better. I'm like, Bose at this price? Great, I'll pick it up. It'll be an extra present. And I'm like, and it's waterproof, and we were supposed to buy, I was going to be buying a Sea-Doo boat, but later when we found out she was pregnant, well, we didn't take possession of the Sea-Doo boat, because you can't boat when you're pregnant. It can cause dangerous flushing. Oh, just in time, it back. So we'll get to see more of this car. And yeah, it turned out to not be a Bose sound system. It was not a Bose, it was a Boss, B-O-S-S. So yes, we had a good laugh about that, over that. Aussie Pug, thank you so much. This livery is looking awesome. I got to try out the car on the track before racing, because this is going to drive very different than anything else. So probably a +4. Or Aussie Pug, let me know what you think a front engine vehicle should be running for brake balance on this track. I do love that this Coyote engine loves to be revved out. And last Friday, went to the drag with the drag races, with the Shelby GT350, and I have to say, ooh, boy, did it ever get a lot of attention. Very interesting. Coming out of the neighborhood, lots of thumbs up, people calling it out. Aussie Pug, thank you. I hadn't heard of BOSE before. But actually the speaker we're having, the battery is good in it, lasts a good amount of time. It plays much louder than we can play it without bothering the neighbors in their backyard. Oof. Aussie Pug, what would you do for this nose that's kind of sliding out when we're coming out of corners? Well, playing around with the brake balance, correct that, and if so, what direction should we be going in? And yeah, I got a lot of thumbs up. People calling out the vehicle at lights. A van full of, I guess, 18 to 20-year-olds were begging for me to rev the engine. So yeah, it was pretty neat. Oh, Aussie Pug, very cool. Thank you for letting me know. So yeah, no, it's I've never heard of Boss in a car sound system, but the little Boss speaker is actually surprisingly good. It's not Bose quality, I would think, but it gets the job done. So if anyone has an idea what we should be running here in regards to brake controller, please let me know here. I'm gonna wish everyone here a good race. All right. So, yeah, having fun online. Is online sport mode broken? Last week it was feeling pretty broken. The penalty systems were weird. People knock you off the track, they don't get a penalty, but because you got knocked off the track, you get a penalty. +3 to start, thank you very much. Oh, we're not in the Porsche, we're in the Mustang here. So the Porsche I actually found really good at like -1. Found I could still get some trail braking in and still had the vehicle under control when braking into turns and powering out of turns. Hey, Aussie Pug and Super B. So Aussie Pug and Super D in the chat, guys. If you're watching this on replay, make sure you get live chat on, because the people that come in, you get a mix of really fun, very fun, cool, enjoyable, interesting characters from YouTube. You get some A+ drivers all the way to some E drivers that pop in. And we're a community here and it's all about hanging out, making friends, doing a little car talk, a lot of track talk. So yeah, the Shelby GT350 got an incredible amount of positive attention. I did not drag it because I would have been without insurance, and I don't want to eat the wall. The back end does like to slide around quite a bit. Oh, there we see. Oh, wow, this was clean, very clean racing. Two cars could have speared us right there, and they did not. So beautiful clean pass by the Canadian driver, Gui, here. I believe I'm the only Mustang on the track. Only one crazy enough to try out the Mustang, I guess. Oh, the ghosting is good, because some weeks Gran Turismo 7 has been very broken because the ghosting ghosts people at the wrong time. Let's say someone makes a hard attack on you in one corner and you don't get ghosted, and they don't either. Next turn, they're completely ghosted and you can't touch them. But then again, retaliation should be avoided anyways. But other times, someone's ghosted and they're ghosted for quite some time. When you're off, they're going slow through the corners, and then when you finally get close to them, they get unghosted. You hit them off the track and you pick up a 4-second penalty, and you're like, they got unghosted a foot when I was a foot behind them going 10 miles per hour faster. What could I do? Oh, were you not able to hear me, Super Doofus? Always let me know if you can't hear me, folks. Not bad, Mustang. Not bad at all. Not bad. Oh, Super Doofus. Okay, it's your earpiece. Thank you for letting me know. Do you have trouble hearing, buddy? Or earpiece as in earphone? Or like an some sort of pod? Wes, good evening, teammate. Glad you made it in. Thank you very much. Still checking out to see if Gran Turismo 7 Sport Mode, that's the online competitive racing, is broken or not. Super Doofus, I'm happy that a construction accident or some sort of accident didn't take your hearing away from you. So glad to hear that it's your like a ear pod thing. And some weeks the slipstream is way too strong, where you can be 1.5 seconds, a car can be 1.5 seconds behind you at the beginning of a straight, and then they're caught up by the end of the straight and then attack you just because the slipstream is way too strong. So So far this week, it's seemed pretty good. I haven't really been able to test the slipstream, see if that kind of ruins things, but I should watch the car behind me. Are they gonna all of a sudden... No, I'm still gaining on them. Oh, okay, the Mustang cannot power down on the gas like I can the Porsche. The Porsche has a lot of weight on the rear wheels. There, good ghosting there. So far, not broken at all this week. This race is set up quite well. Possibly not quite in the best car choice here. Need to be able to power out of the turns hard and keep track without having to fight the steering wheel too much. Ooh, car behind us definitely lost control there. Okay, powers really well through there. But when we add throttle, this thing just goes in a straight line. So powering out of corners, which I think is important for this race, not so great with the Mustang. We'll have to come back in the Porsche and see what kind of results we can get. But at first, to not affect my driver rating, I'd like to get up into 8th position. So we got one and a half laps left to do that. Turn! Now overturn. That's going to be a little easier in the 911. Easy peasy through that section. Tom, Wes, Ozzy, and Knight Rider Jim all in the house. Thank you so much, guys. Let me know how your races are going. What cars are you using? Super Doofus, you can even, just in case you switched, you can even let us know that you're using your 458 Italia. Guys, put a bet. I'd say that's what it's going to be. Nice through there. Okay, so this drives very differently than the 911, but there's definitely a manner to get the hang of it and still do some decent laps with it. Oh, Super Doofus out of town for work. Oh, the 4C, yes, I suspect the 4C would be very good on this track with all these medium speed turns. It is an absolute hoot. It's kind of like a more stable, less wacky Ferrari 458. What is going on? Some turns feel oh so good in this Mustang and others not so good. So I just gotta figure it out. Maybe it's just that he needs to go in slower with this car. Alright, so that I really have to get the apexes with it. It's not going to forgive me on the corners as much as the 911, which is actually pretty good practice there. So we might get dropped into third. Oh no, 8 seconds, almost 9 seconds ahead. So that 0.5 penalty, when added into the difference with the car behind us, won't affect us one bit. Prost. Cheers, folks. Little birthday present that I got. May the 40s be with you. All right, so not that many credits there. Driver rating went down, at least the safety rating, unaffected, but oddly unaffected for everyone here. So clean lobby, I guess. That's part of why the races have felt broken in the past. J Raider 84, absolutely good race, and God bless. Very nice of you to be dropping that down. But I must say, Aussie Pug, this livery you built for the team is fire. This thing looks quite sharp. All right, so let's see how much time we've got here before the next race. It's going to be at 12:50, 8 minutes. Let's try out the Alpha. I've driven the Alpha before. It's been quite some time, but my recollection is that the turn-in on this is fantastic, and the acceleration is great on the kind of like the Ferrari. It was pretty stable, but it did get pushed around quite a bit, and it really did not like elevated curbs, but there are none really in this race. What would you suggest for a brake balance? Usually the mid-engines, I'm tempted always to go to about -1, -2. Because there's not much weight over those front wheels. Oof. Big error on my part. Oh, very cool, Super Doofus. Okay, so you made some modifications to our Team Ferrari. Very nice. Look forward to seeing that on Saturday's race. That Filmless GT is going to get set up for us. Fantastic going through these medium and high speed turns. I guess 200 miles per hour, those are some definite high speed turns, unless it's in kilometers. But yeah, miles per hour, sorry, 154. Really easy to get the apexes with this, to the point where I didn't expect it to turn so much. Oh, that sounds great. Looking different but the same. Same but different. Very nice. Tom? Yeah, the Alfa Romeo here feels like cheating compared to the Mustang GT. It's just so easy. So easy. But try another lap. I still can't get anywhere close to my 9:11 time, but I did blow through that last time. Really great car under pressure. Yeah, the 4C is fantastic. A little noisy. That 4-cylinder is making quite a bit of noise. I'm not sure if you'll ever hear me when I speak. Let's get a lap in with the 911. Yeah, we'll have to check out the channels, friends, and racing teammates, see how they did so far for their time on the track. All right, let's see what we can do with the 911. Car I'm most consistent with, and I'd argue that the car you're most consistent with is the fastest car for the track, unless you're going to put in a lot of time to get used to one of the meta cars, or you're an A+ driver and you can immediately get used to just about anything. But congratulations up here. We got a JCCR teammate with a 157 flat. We've got Philness GT with a 158 pretty much flat. JCCR West pulling off a 158.5. Congratulations, guys. That is extremely quick. And wow, Sosa really did a killer time. And I'm the slow one, I guess, this week. So let's hit it up. Let's 3 minutes. Yeah, just enough time for a lap here. And today we're looking at possibly buying a 2025 Ford Ranger Raptor, because that car is all sorts of extreme fun, really good resale value, and an update on the 2024 Ford F-150 Tremor. It does not cost me very much to own the last 9 months, because we'd actually get $1,000 back. So no negative equity, even though we bought it in October 2024. Have 9 months of payments in, and we would be up $1,000. So really, really good trade-in. It does help that I got an employee price on it when I picked it up, which will probably be the promotion next month for everybody for the month of August and September. Oh, love how this thing just sticks to the track. You can really power out of turns. 911 magic. But 2025 Ford Ranger Raptor, will I trade it in, and should I trade it in for the 2024 Ford F-150 Tremor? If I don't, I'm actually looking at maybe getting keeping the current car, the current truck, or picking up 2025 Ford F-150 Lariat 501 with black appearance package. Let me know, would you get a beefed up Ranger, the Ford Ranger Raptor, or go with stylish F-150, either the Tremor or Lariat? Love this race, so smooth, pretty relaxing actually. I love watching the Ghost and seeing really at what point you can really push the limits of the track. So this should be a quickish one, a little still in the 2-minute range. So still need to push those limits more. Really drives out in that section. That's good to know. Now I'm way ahead of my last lap, which means if I could actually get to finish this lap, we'd be under 2 minutes, unless I make some sort of major error. See that I was slower there. Oh, really good to know, Aussie Pug. My goodness. Wow. Engine replacements. Woo-wee. That is not something I want to get into. My other option is that I get, like a 10-year-old truck, and I just work at paying it off, and within 2-3 years. But by the time I pay it off, then if it's a 13-year-old truck, I'm looking at I don't have my phone, so I can't check the live chat. So I did catch that pretty quickly, though. Too bad we can't just cut and paste with the PSN keyboard network. Just be like, repeat message, because I'd love to read full that. I'll have to catch the live and catch what you said there later on. Good luck. Good luck, HF. Oh, have fun. Fair enough. So not, you weren't calling me your horned friend. That is good. Or your homie friend. Good luck, homie friend. Love the Aussie Pug race designed here for the team. Looking good. Just want to share some kindness out here with the other racers. Just good to see you again, and nice to meet you with a let's have a clean... Oh, I didn't get it in. Fun is the most important part. Yes, Gran Turismo 7 certain weeks is too broken to have fun, but this week, I'm having fun. I think I can, for next live, it's no longer going to be, is Gran Turismo 7 Sport Mode broken? Because this week, it's not. Last week, yes, it was broken. It's the only conclusion I can really come to. It was broken. It was infuriating. The penalties didn't make sense. The ghosting didn't make any sense. That was broken. The slipstream, being able to catch like up to a second on someone just because you're in their slipstream, that seemed pretty broken. And the races were really compact, very violent, with no ghosting. Whereas here, there's a little bit of ghosting. It's avoiding, major attacks. It's nice. Someone goes to do a major attack on you. It's just so far 100% not been an issue. Ha! Good, Ozzy. Good on you. Good to point that out. Look, didn't get speared into another stratosphere. Didn't get knocked off the track. It's been good. It's been really nice. Gonna take the inside here. Oh, see, they ghosted us so that he wouldn't continue to pound on me. Oh, in that turn, I took a little bit better than the car beside me. Got a little bit of a better line there, so we're going to take the lead on it. Oh my goodness, I am out of control. Oh, and we would have got speared there, but we got ghosted, so that's nice. The race didn't get ruined by two shots there, going slower than the competition, so awfully nice. Able to make the mistake. And in the real world, other cars would have slowed down, would have maneuvered, but here, ghosting is required. Otherwise, races get ruined pretty quickly. Woo! Really got back on the line quick from being on the outside. That's probably what I did last. Well, it looks like I did that last time, but I was just completely out of control. Yeah, come Thursday, it might be feeling broken again. Things usually get more Call of Duty Battlefield Warzone-y come Thursday, Friday. But so far, we're gaining positions. Everything's feeling safe. The game's not feeling broken. This is fun. Ooh, missed the apex there. Eye on the radar. Not the eye of the tiger. Here we need eye of the radar. Yeah, let's rev this engine right out. But yeah, Shelby GT350 gets a lot of thumbs up. It gets catcalled. Feels like you're going maybe that's sort of what it feels like going through, being an attractive woman going through a construction zone in the 1980s. Get a lot of show me your engine revving catcalls. Oh, I think we're going to be grabbing 5th. We can pull this off safely. Oh, okay. Little paint, accidental paint. Ooh, trading. A little wall eating. I think I made that one out. I was actually pretty lucky there. Ferrari there is now back to being great on the pedal at the right time. You can hear him when he's on throttle, and he's pretty much nailing it. So we've got 2 laps now. Yeah, 911, fantastic. Great car on pretty much all tracks. Not often is it the meta car, but if you can learn it, you'll probably be good on pretty much any track, just like the Skyline. The Skyline's actually really great on pretty much any track. Oh, just gotta watch how you get those gear shifts in. And I'm not going to be doing lives that are quite as long, so I don't want to take too much time out of people's lives. The people that want to follow it all can really follow it all, because it's going to generally be an hour or less most nights, not the Sabbath, not Sundays, and usually maybe drop, if it's a really frustrating week, drop maybe 2, even 3 nights from the schedule, but all within a very manageable to watch, so you don't miss anything. You don't miss any of the hangout time with the buddies on the channel. And tonight especially, because Layla's now on her 5th day of waking up before 6 a.m. usually between 5 and 5:30 the last 5 nights, but before we were getting, you know, sometimes between 7 and 8, so it's pretty early. And here it must be getting close. It must be about 10 p.m. now. A little bit past. We gotta go through there quicker if we're gonna hold on to our position. The car behind us, 0.5 seconds. And we're now 1.6 seconds, but I see the pile of cars up there aren't that far off. They're -2 on the brake balance, and still we're able to get some trail braking in. And that's the magic of the 911. Oh, we caught some grass, and that's one way to take yourself out of a race. So there goes our driver rating. Well, we got a few spare points, I'd say, for this league, but removing our chances. Sunday driver back here. We got people to race with, that's for sure. Let's try to jump these 3 positions. Have the driver rating. Really, I don't know if there's a difference between getting 12th or 9th for driver rating. Oh! Maybe it's more the back of the pack on the last laps that we're going to get some dirty hits, because that was a deliberate one. That was a very hard hit. Oh, nice. Straight away, didn't get hit. Much appreciated. By the, what is that, a Texas flag? What flag is that? Kind of looks like the Texas flag, but I don't see how they would have gotten themselves a Texas flag. Texas and Alberta haven't separated. You'd think they share similar cultures. They could separate and create their own country. It took us for a moment, but we'll get it right back. Careful driving. None of this bump and grind. We're not at the club, we're at the racetrack. Oh, and he hits us. Or did we hit him? We'll have to catch that on the replay. But I definitely think that he had a little possibility of a moment of, what do we call that, fragile ego, and was just like, no, F this. Or he just didn't see us. Maybe we're in his blind spot. That was a hard hit. Wow. But that still didn't feel broken. Didn't even feel that frustrating, actually. There wasn't any weird penalties. There weren't any odd unghosting when you're a foot behind the car going 10, 20 miles per hour faster, and then they just unghost you and mega collision and a huge... Oh, the flag is chilly. Thank you so much, Super Doofus. Folks, don't forget to check out Aussie Pug's channel, Super Doofus or Aussie Pug. If you can grab the link, Aussie Pug, if you grab the link and put it on the channel here, I want to make sure everyone's subscribed to your channel. And let's save the replay. And I'm going to grab the last few minutes of that race because I really want to see what the heck happened out there. So, not broken, but a little rough, but these wider tracks make it a lot easier. Like, there's a lot on a tight track with concrete walls on the sides. A lot is going to happen. Some of it deliberate, and a lot of it accidental. Here with a wide track, you can get hit and often still stay on the track, so it doesn't feel as broken, it doesn't feel as frustrated, because let's face it, in real-world racing, you're not going to have someone who's on a team doing spearing people into another stratosphere. You're not going to have T-bone accident situations. They, walk off the track in handcuffs, basically. It just doesn't go that way. Accidental hits, the occasional, push, deliberate push to be like, hey, respect me. Sometimes, kind of slowly taking someone off into the track. You see that occasionally, but none of these, mega hits where there's, 20, 30 mile per hour differences or more because the person just didn't use their brakes whatsoever. I'd like to see the replay. We can watch the replay. But congratulations to Billiam. We also got an Argentinian here who's quite fast. And is that Mexico's flag? I think it's one of the South American countries, but I can't remember which one. So if you know, drop the comment. And we've got a Canadian driver up in fourth, but he probably deserved third because safety rating here on Jay Oni went down, so he might have been probably was booting people around the track. Let's see, did our safety rating go down? No, we didn't do very well, and that all started with me eating grass almost on the last lap, so watch out for the grass, folks. It will spin you out on Maguire. Well, folks, that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Really blessed to have you along. My conclusion is still, at least for a Tuesday night, I gotta say, the race, Maguire, this week's online sport mode is not broken. There's none of this weird ghosting. There's none of this ridiculous draft where you really pop out ahead of people. So far, it's pretty darn good. It's extremely manageable. My stress levels are low. I'm a happy camper, but let me know. Who cares about my opinion? Let me know your opinion in the comment. What are you thinking about this week's race? Which race are you racing? Maybe you're just keeping it here at Daytona with the Red Bull Junior race car. Let us know. But yeah, like Aussie Pugs said, stay safe, everyone. Godspeed. Thank you so much for watching. Blessed to have you along for the ride. Don't forget to check out Super Doofus's channel and subscribe, as well as Aussie Pug. Aussie Pug, again, mate, thank you so much for the wonderful liveries. I wish you all more cars and more power. Hope you get to put the pedal to the metal. And if you want to check out some of the real-world cars that we've got, check it out over on Johnny's Car Care and Reviews. But I gotta say, this is still my favorite way to drive. I'm not sure if I'm going to get that Ford Ranger Raptor, but after Aussie Pug's comments, a little less, and it also increased my payments by actually $400 a month, which I'm not exactly looking forward to. I think it's a pretty awesome truck. If it can stay reliable, I gotta say it's an incredible truck in regards to resale value, cool factor, how extreme it is, but I might go with another F-150, or who knows, I could even go the soccer mom way and just be like, pick up a Escape plug-in and be like, honey, You drive it. I'll take it for the winter months to get to work. But Christopher Bieber, not a fan of the races this week. I like how wide Maguire is because it's not nearly as deadly as Bathurst or Tokyo Expressway. So I'm liking it quite a bit. But maybe that's because up until tonight, my other races, I was always near the top of the pack and, pretty safe here. Yeah, racing, when you don't like the races, I'd say race AI. It'll rebuild your patience, your confidence. You'll start feeling good again. You'll have more money in the bank account. You can see mine up there pretty low, friends, at 608,000 because we bought a Shelby product. Godspeed, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Christopher Bieber, thank you so much for dropping in. Good to have you back on the channel. Hope to see you again tomorrow night. So we're going to be racing starting at probably about 9:30 p.m. again because I'm liking Maguire. So we'll start up with that 9:30 p.m. start time. Take care, everyone. Ha! Mr. Knight Rider Jim's reminding me that it said Maguire. Oh, Maguire. We'll work on it. Take care, friends.